Easy. Takes a minute. Start it. Come on, start. I'm gonna go back to Zoom. And you are live. This is Kilo 1, Bravo India Foxtrot. We're going to talk to someone about DMR. He's going to tell you all about himself and DMR. Take it away.
So my name is Don, PB1 VP. I'm located in Vermont. I am the network administrator for the DMR network in Vermont, and also director of the NEDECN for the state of Vermont. Today we have DMR we're showing, and connected to the Burlington repeater. We have 16 repeaters in the Vermont network right now, and we have some very good uptime. So it's quite available for AMs across the state. You can pretty much drive all of the interstates in Vermont and be on the DMR network. There are some places you can't get in because Vermont is a mountainous region. So we have this thing called a hotspot, and it connects to your local Wi-Fi network, and it gives your DMR access to some of the talk groups. Vermont network is one of them. You use your handy talkie, DMR handy talkie, to get into the hotspot. So the hotspot is like a small repeater you run in your house. So you can get coverage in your house when you don't have coverage from the repeaters, and you cannot put an outside antenna outside.
Yeah, DMR works through the internet, so that hotspot is an internet connection that would connect to the DMR network.
Yeah, so from the hotspot, it goes into your Wi-Fi network. Wi-Fi is through the internet. It connects to the gateway. That gateway is connected to the NEDECN network, and that's what would get you into the Vermont network. This is a typical mobile radio that you can have for DMR, and it's popular.
It's the Anytone, right?
Yeah, it's an Anytone. This is an Anytone handheld. The reason the Anytones are popular is they're very inexpensive. I chose to go with DMR because there's so many manufacturers, a lot of competition, so you can get radios very inexpensive, much cheaper than a ham radio. It's very easy to get a handheld for less than $200. It's very easy to get a mobile radio less than $350. So at least half or better over a typical ham radio.
Yeah.
From the three big manufacturers.
Yeah. Plus Motorola, which originated DMR, a lot of the used radios are on the market, and they can be converted to ham use.
Yes, you can. Uh, Motorola is one of the premier manufacturers. Uh, it's one that I like. The reason is it's built very, very rugged, designed for public safety, and so they're very, very reliable, but they're expensive. Motorola is what I would call a tier one manufacturer.
Yeah, but you can't save money with used one.
You can save some money, but the demand for those radios has gone up because of DMR. DMR is worldwide. There's a lot. You can drive through the country and access DMR. You can go to Europe, access DMR. I go to Portugal and often use the repeater in Cascais
Hmm.
to access DMR and talk with my friends back in the United States.
Yeah.
It's an open standard. It's settled by Etsy, which is located in Sophia Antipolis in France.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the standards were set. If you want to change the standard, you could go there and submit your technical specs if you want it. So it's an open standard. That's what makes it inexpensive. You do have manufacturers that extend these standards, but that's one reason why you can get so many inexpensive radios.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be very important for the Vermont amateur
Yeah.
to have that kind of choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about programming.
So one of the advantages and one of the complaints about programming any of the DMR radios is you have to use your laptop or your PC. We use a program called customer programming software, and that's what programs your radio. These radios are not normally programmable from the front. There are a few radios that are, but it's very hard to use because there's a lot of options in DMR radio. So it's easier to use a program on your PC. So one of the complaints is if I'm driving down the highway, I can't program my radio for a repeater that I hear. Uh, I encourage you to, first of all, don't program radios while you're driving. Secondly, maybe plan ahead a little bit, which is not what hams do. And third, think about your use case. I had a guy come up to me and said he won't use DMR because he cannot program his radio when he travels out to Ohio on vacation. I said, well, how long do you go on vacation? He said, oh, about 6 weeks out of the year. So I said, the other 46 weeks, you're willing to give up a whole new technology just because you can't program it during vacation. So think about it a little bit. Think about what you do. I use a hotspot in my camper, drive it down the road, connect it back to Vermont, never have to change a repeater, and talk to all my friends in Vermont.
Yeah.
So I'm not messing around with the radio while I'm driving, and I enjoy talking to my friends.
Yeah. 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 I've got the kids in other states, and I just program a bank, a separate bank of stations for that area. So just switch to that bank.
So there are different kinds of networks. We're on the NEDECN network, which has over 100 repeaters from Newfoundland down to New York. There's Brandmeister, which is all over the world. Very popular. It's Experimenters Network. and you can talk on that. There are some repeaters that I use it to talk to a friend of mine down in Florida where they have a Grandmeister repeater. So it's fun. TGIF is another one.
Hmm.
There's about 5 or 6 very popular networks that you can experiment with and get on and use. They all use the same DMR standard. So my radio here can access Brandmeister and NEDECN and TGIF, all
Huh.
because it's on an open DMR standard.
Good. So when somebody comes to this table and wants you to program their DMR radio, what do you do?
So normally I only program if they bring a laptop because first of all, I don't like putting programs on my computer for radios I don't have.
Right.
Secondly, I have to guess what firmware they have.
Yeah.
I normally get that wrong several times. It's easiest if you bring me your laptop. I can manipulate the software to show you how to do it correctly, and then you can go back and add all the ones that you want to add
Yeah.
and organize it the way you want to operate.
Right. Right. Okay. Is there anything else you think folks would like to know about?
Well, if you want more information, you can go to our website, nedecn.org. If you need more information from me, you can contact me at my call sign at awr.net. Kilo Bravo 1 Victor Papa at awr.net. My email is good, QRZ. Glad to answer any question you have. And it is a growing activity for Vermont. We have Skywarn, we have a hospital network
Mm-hmm.
is on DMR, we have practice drills on DMR. If you're into the safety aspects of amateur radio, so I encourage you to take a look at it, and maybe it's for you.
Yeah. And on your website, you do have code plugs for the major radios
Oh,
that are
yes,
out
we
there.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
we
very
can
helpful.
get started.
It helped me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for your talk. And I guess we're going to close this session and we'll be back with another session.